Good afternoon and welcome. Glad to see you all here on this beautiful day. So we're going to get right into our topic today, which is AirPlay 2. So this is brought to you by GoFor Technology, where we make your technology work for you. I'm your host, Roger Harmon, and this is Go for Lunch for August 16th, 2022. So what is AirPlay? Well, it's Apple's proprietary streaming protocol that lets you wirelessly send music and other audio and video from an iPhone or an iPad to a compatible speaker, receiver, television, or an Apple TV. So it works kind of like Bluetooth, except you can send video, and it's more reliable than sometimes Bluetooth seems to be. So what is a primary feature of AirPlay 2? Well, AirPlay 2, which has been around for about 4 years, the original AirPlay, of course, predates that, allows you to stream music to multiple devices at the same time. So it gives you the opportunity to have multi-room audio playback, so you can have different compatible devices in different rooms and play different audio. So what do you need to use AirPlay 2? Well, you need an iPhone or an iPad with iOS 11.4 or later, a compatible speaker, TV, Apple TV, or other device. So let's look at some of those devices. So compatible TVs and streaming devices. So here is a list of televisions. So you have Hisense, Roku in the JVC, LGs, Roku streaming devices by themselves, Samsung TVs, Sony TVs. So one thing you'll notice here on some of these, for example, this Samsung UHD 6, 7, and 8 series shows you their years, 2018. So if you have a 2018, and this varies by manufacturer, and you haven't updated the firmware on the television set, then it may not work with Apple AirPlay 2. So you'll have to do a firmware upgrade on your TV to get that Apple AirPlay capability. So we got the Sonys, Vizios, and that's your list of compatible TVs and streaming devices. What about speakers? Well, of course, the Apple HomePod, both the original HomePod and the Mini. The Bang & Olufsen speakers are listed here. Then we have Bose, some brands you may not have heard of. Denon speakers. And of course, these are self-powered speakers. Harman Kardon. IKEA has a table lamp with a Wi-Fi speaker built in, as well as a bookshelf speaker. And JBL sound bars. Philips. Here's one from Porsche Design, a sound bar. And Roku sound bars. Samsung. So those are probably mostly sound bars. Sonos speakers are compatible. So there's your speakers. And we also have compatible receivers. So again, there may be some brands you're not familiar with, but you'll see some familiar brands like Bose, Denon, lots of Denon receivers, Marantz, NAD, Okoyo, I don't know how to pronounce that. Pioneer, Sonos amp, and Yamaha. So, and those links are in the description down below. So any device you see advertised or on the box that has the Apple AirPlay, works with Apple AirPlay sticker, you'll know that it works with Apple AirPlay. So how would you use Apple AirPlay for video? Well, again, you need the iPhone or iPad with iOS 11.4 later. So you would select your content on your iOS device, and then you would swipe down from the upper right-hand corner to see the control center. Then you would click on the screen mirroring icon and select your destination device. So it's going to look like this. The screen mirroring icon is two overlapping rectangles, and then this would be a list of compatible devices and one of the requirements is it has to be on the same network as your iOS device. So if you have a 5 gigahertz and a 2.4 Wi-Fi, they both would need to be on 2.4, for example. So let's see how that works. Now, the reason you saw a camera, we're going to try this one more time and see if it's maybe working. But our direct link to our iPhone was not working, and it's still not working. So the reason you saw the Inspectocam in the picture is because I had to line it up at the last minute so you could see my iPhone. So we go up to the upper right hand corner, swipe down to the control center. Right here you see the overlapping rectangles. You tap on that. So you see here we have an Apple TV in the living room. We tap on that, and now we are putting whatever source we selected here on the iPhone on the Apple TV. And to stop, then you would click down here where it says stop mirroring, and that's how you do it. So what about audio? Well, again, you use an iPhone and iPad with 11.4. You select your content, and then you open the Home app and select a speaker, and then press play on your audio content. So let's show you that. So we're going to go back here. So we're going to go to the Home app, and so you can see here we have a favorite. We have the Ecobee thermostat as a favorite and the Apple TV. So in order to see the speakers, we have the living room HomePod. So we tap on that, we get a little gear there in the upper right hand corner, and it is now playing through the HomePod, which, oh, it paused. There we go. So here it is, playing through the HomePod. And we have to stop that because we don't want to get a copyright strike. So we're going to stop that from the HomePod because it's a little slow there on the there it goes, it paused. Okay, so how to use AirPlay 2 for audio. So you can also use it if you have powered speakers that do not have AirPlay capability, or a receiver, an older receiver that does not have AirPlay capability. And you do that by purchasing from Belkin the Soundform Connect audio adapter with AirPlay 2. And it's on sale right now for 20% off. So if you have some powered speakers, so they have to be able to work without an amplifier, or if you have an amplifier with an extra input, then you can connect either through an optical cable or through an analog cable this adapter and convert to AirPlay. So if you haven't already, put in your questions or comments, and don't forget to share the GoFor Gazette with people you know that are Apple users. And update notice here, if you're running Big Sur, there's an 11.6.8 update and a Safari 15.6. There may be updates for other operating systems, so if you have automatic updates turned off, which we recommend, it's okay to go ahead and do these updates. So AirPlay also will work on things like YouTube. It's built into YouTube. There'll be a little icon in the lower right hand corner that you can click to play on YouTube. We'll just show you that real quick here. So if we go to YouTube, and we skip the trial, and we go to, we don't want to go to that because that's what we're doing here. Let's go to this one right here, living off the grid. And then we have the ads. We're going to skip the ad. And then when you tap here, up here in the top, I'm sorry, it's the top right, you see the little square with the little arcs. You have to be quick. So then down here we have AirPlay and Bluetooth devices. So we click on that, and again there's our living room TV, and we would click on that, and now it's playing on the living room TV. If you can see that, it says living off the grid, and I can hear it on the TV in the living room. So we're going to uncheck that, and so that's another way that you can use AirPlay 2. So let's catch up here with people who have joined us. There's David, greetings, and Susan. And I guess I was frozen. Hopefully I'm not frozen anymore. And Judy. And okay, and Leslie Ann. So to answer Leslie Ann's question, you can many times play to an Alexa speaker. It just depends on the app, but it doesn't use AirPlay. It uses the Alexa app. And Susan is having a problem with the sound being slightly delayed with the videos on AirPlay. Yeah, that can happen. So when you get the code, you just type that in on your iOS device, and that's a security thing. Okay, so you can use AirPlay on a Mac, and yeah, you're using AirPlay 2, Susan, because on your operating system it supports AirPlay 2. So Mary says, can you show the screen with the device? No, the Belkin device is only for audio. So to show the screen, you'd have to have one of those TVs in that list, and then you can show the screen. Or if your TV is not compatible, you can purchase an Apple TV box, and then it will make any TV compatible. And Susan says, this is interesting, do not have an audio adapter, but I'm still able to hear music through your Sonos. Yes. So the Sonos does actually support AirPlay. So yeah. So yeah, Sonos does support AirPlay. They were in that list of compatible AirPlay speakers. So that is the reason. So basically AirPlay 2 it allows you to use other than Sonos to get the same effect that Sonos. Sonos has additional features. So that's good. So hopefully that has given you a little more background on how AirPlay works, both for video and for audio. So you can use it. You can also work with photos. If you have vacation photos that you want to show to people, you can go into your photos. You can select the photos you want to show and double click on the first one, then go up to the share sheet in the top right of the window and select AirPlay. So the difference between AirPlay and AirPlay 2 was the added feature of being able to stream to audio to multiple devices, different sources of audio. That was the big feature. Okay, so again, thank you very much for everybody joining. We'll be here next week. Oh, okay, Mary. Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't see that. Thank you, Susan. Susan is my moderator. Okay, so if we go back to Keynote, and there we go. Okay, so this is from Belkin, B-E-L-K-I-N. So you go to belkin.com or just do a internet search for Soundform Connect, and it should pop up. So I imagine this price may only be on the Belkin website. I'm not sure you could get it through Amazon at this price, but maybe. So that is the audio adapter with AirPlay 2. So it lets you, from your iPhone and iPad and your Mac, enable other devices. Again, 11.4 or newer is your operating system, and you can use this for a receiver or for powered speakers. So it uses either optical or a 3.5 millimeter audio cable. So hopefully that, if you have any other questions on that, Mary, you can certainly give me a call. And if anybody has any questions, you can call me or email me, and that information will be coming up on the screen here momentarily. So thank you all for joining us today. We'll see you again next Tuesday at high noon for a new edition of Go for Lunch.